of the MTN Elite U-19 Championship. Began yesterday with some great games, and today has been explosive as well. Great 2 games in the morning. Greater Accra walloping Upper East Region 6-0 before Northern Region lost to a 10-man Central Region 3-2. Western Region on their journey today, testing their might against defending champion Eastern Region, who went down by 3-2 yesterday. Moment of revival for the defending champions to stay afloat, and for Western Region, this is where it begins for them. My name is Abigail Senasosu, running by commentary for the next 90 minutes or more. Let me quickly run by you lineup for these 2 regions. First is the Western Region. Samuel Niboy is the goalkeeper for the side. Abednego Boydi, John Bonzier, Albert Obeng, Frank Amoa, Augustin Damte, Joseph Afenyo, Felix Archer, Abachab Ayurina, Justice Yautete, Ebenezer Kofi Jr. completes that for head Bankwa. And for Eastern Region, we have Lawrence Temperaman, Inusal Hassan, Ofori Goffred, Emmanuel Boaten, Na Tete, Michael Tete Jr., Tomini, Siao Ransford, and Rashid Dawood, completing that starting 11 as well for head coach Goffred Nanamen. We are in for and for Eastern Region, the return with the yellow apparels, yellow jerseys, on yellow horses, too much as well. For Western Region, they are also in lemon green apparels on green horses. That is how we get to game number 7, and officiating officials are equally ready. Center referee Asani Abdul Razak is assisted by Abdul Aziz. On line 1, on line 2 duties of and our fourth official for this afternoon is Richard Ofosujan. And center referee will call them all to order for the game to begin. The sun not out too much, cool weather. Great for all the runs that we are in. Western Region done, and for Eastern Region, they also chant. Eastern Region also chanting. There you have it, Eastern Region saying they are the best. And so quick correction there, Eastern Region identified in that lemon green apparel, and Western Region are rather the side in all yellow, mimicking the sponsors of this tournament, MTN Elite U-19 Championships. Center referee Asani Abdul Razak takes to his wrist, and there the whistle goes. Game underway. Eastern Region Playing from left to right and Western responding from right to left. First foul committed. Here is captain of the Abednego for Western Region, sends one in down the left hand side, finds John. Goalkeeper Lawrence. Dazali. He's up on his feet and game can continue safely on his left hand side. He finds Inusa having Emmanuel onto him. Captain of the side, Goffred. It's Goffred nibbling with that one, looking for options, spreads it down the right hand side. Eastern Region, at least they know the energies for the game. They had a taste of it yesterday. Weston, Augustine, switches to his right hand side. Later, great for Abachap. Abachap's ball in the air. Straight in the air. That would have been a great way to start. Eastern Region. The ball keep forward. Decided to just balloon the ball into the air. The chances are flowing. The lads from the west. Pick up. Finds Goffred to restart that play. Choose to stay on the left hand side once again. Sadiq sends it in. Western Region causing all sorts of trouble. But Sadiq is equally up to the task and picks it up for his goalkeeper, Lawrence. Lawrence scans through. Reaches to his captain, Goffred. It's Goffred tearing away. Decides to go long through the middle, intercepted by Augustine for Western Region. Setting up their forward once again. And that body check from Goffred was necessary. Lawrence sends a long one in. to Augustine. And Michael is up on his feet. Also cautions him. He could be yellow carded for stimulation if he does start again. Michael is very lucky. Sonny Abdul just went to him with a caution. In other games that we have seen, that would have been a straight yellow card. 11 minutes gone. Western Region 0. Eastern Region 0. John would also have to move away, get fit, and walk back onto the turf. Western Region reduced to 10 men at the moment. Summer Boy, Abednego in their own half, and there's no one to move on with it. Michael picks up, taking header down, only to lose out to Ebenezer. Western Region, Ebenezer switching to his right hand side of attack. They'll keep it in play. Finds Justice. Justice run has been curtailed. Here is Emmanuel, turns around beautifully, holds on for Eastern Region. Sadiq follow up with a long one towards the wood. And the fire behind that one is too much for him to pick up. Western Region with a throwing advantage. Right where the wood lost the ball. Frank sends that one in. And there's a free kick advantage to Western Region. Frank asking his colleagues to position themselves well. Heads go up. No one in yellow to receive it for them on the other side. Goffred's header. Ball sent through the middle. Dawood could be lucky this time around. Racing down the left for Eastern Region. He don't miss. Would he try his luck at shot? Sends it down the right to Michael. Is Michael and the flag is up. Michael was caught in that trap. And Western Region will pick up the pieces. Unisa went in strong. Now here's John through the middle. Western Region have a way around it. Ebenezer takes his time. It's still Ebenezer switching to the far right. Keep it in play. That back heel, but it didn't work out for Justice. And Western Region will fancy their moment in the center. Free kick. It was Felix that was fouled. And so the advantage goes to the lads from the west. I bet prep for that free kick. In the half, sends a long one toward the half of Eastern Region. No one in particular to pick it, but Lawrence gets his gloves up for Eastern. That long throw towards the wood on the left-hand side. He puts it through, hoping Caleb would have gotten to it. And there's a tussle between himself and Frank. 14 minutes on the clock. Western Region 0, Eastern Region 0. The defending champions fighting so hard to stay afloat in this competition. Lost on day one. Summer Boy sends that one in towards John, but Abednego tries to control. Here is Ransford. Ransford will try and straight into the net. What a way to begin for Eastern Region. I found the back of the net after 15 minutes. And that was really far behind that one. Summer Boy had no answers. Ransford on the first try. And it was a good one. Just when I was questioning when the defending champions will show up. Indeed. They have. Will they be able to stamp the authority on this one? We've exhausted just 15 minutes. Game restarted. Emmanuel down the left-hand side once again, releases to Dawood. Dawood back to Emmanuel. Here they come, Eastern Region. Picking their moments, one after the other. Locates Michael on the far right. Michael dummies. But John beats him to it this time around. Throwing for Eastern. Inusa throwing. Not the best. But Eastern Region still have control. Is Nah loses out on that ball for Western, and he finds Ebenezer. Is Ebenezer. Here comes Ebenezer. Twisting and turning. Loses out on it. Here is Michael. Drops deep. Races up to meet up with that one. But Frank had other options. It still works in the favor of Easton. They have a throw-in. Quickly taken. Michael was shoved off that one and obey. Another successive attacking throw-in. Inusa picks it. Another push. This time, the advantage falls to Weston. Free kick. Summer boy. Goffred stops it just on the center line. Goes down in the process. And Easton do also have a free kick to take. 17 minutes gone. And it's Western Region 0. Eastern Region 1. Goffred. Short kick back to him. Sensor towards Michael. And Michael is beaten. Joseph picks it up for Western. Joseph down the lines. Joseph kept in play. Finds Ebenezer. The whistle is gone. Eastern Region with another advantage here. Throwing Inusa on set piece duties. But the ball is returned. Ebenezer fights for it just as Inusa tried to keep it in play. Won beautifully for Michael down the right hand side. Eastern Region will try their luck. But a great stop there from John to Joseph. Joseph trying to go past Inusa. Unable to. But Mike on. And John switches to the right. Eastern Region could not curtail that one. Game heating up as the minutes were down. Western Region 0, Eastern Region 1. Lawrence restarts that play. Gets closer to the center line. Sends a long one deep inside. Here's Frank. Controls beautifully. Finds a bed neck. Tears towards the who's racing for it once again. Goes down. Abednego. Eastern Region. He wins it down the left. Is Ebenezer. Ebenezer. Heads go up. Felix challenges for it. Wins it. Abednego to his right hand side. And he finds Albert. Is Albert once again. That cross in. Not the best. Western Region would want to respond rather swiftly. Around straight to Lawrence. Lawrence returns it almost immediately towards Michael. Michael trying to keep it in. John intercepts. And that's the job rather easy for Michael. Throwing quickly towards Caleb. Here's Michael, who try a low shot while it's intercepted. They still have control now for Eastern Region. Inusa twisting and turning. Oli to lose out on it. And the whistle is gone. Inusa was distracted that split second and lost control. But here's John for Western Region. John towards Justice. Justice through the middle to Abachab. Abachab switched down the right hand side. Albert is Albert. Albert up against Emmanuel. And Emmanuel, quick feet, able to clear his lines for Eastern Region. But as far as Frank, he picks it up once again for Weston. And already Eastern have switched the attack. There's no one there. And so John will dress it up nicely. Ready for Western Region to pick it up. John's header. Now, try to get in the way. Heads go up. Emmanuel is there. The flag is up. Line 2 had his flag up the whole time. And Eastern Region have found their way back into this game. Wanted so hard to control the turnout. Looking for their first win after 2 games. And Western Region prefers the win at the first try. Goffred for Eastern. Goffred, Michael, dummies, but unable to go through 2 yellow jerseys. Joseph puts through, Abachab through, down the left hand side he has Justice. Justice up against Goffred. Justice, and he sends it out. Great defending there from Goffred. The back line of Eastern Region looks like they've learned from match day 1. They let causing that defeat. Sadiq. Eastern Region taking their time, searching to the left towards Dawood. Dawood gets to it. There's Dawood, marked tightly by Albert, but Dawood releases, and Ebenezer will continue that one for Western Region. Abachab. Eastern Region do have a way of maintaining control from Western Region, and it's quite lovely to see them do that. Sadiq sends it back to his goalkeeper, Lawrence. Lawrence towards Goffred. Goffred walking with it. Who is there? Sends it through the... He's looking for Kate. It is Michael, but Inusa gets in the way, steals it away from Star. And center referee will move towards the incident. Inusa down in some pain after Guestin brought him down. Up on his feet, and game should be able to continue for 24 minutes. Western Region 0, Eastern Region 1. Quick free kick. Frank sends one through the middle. Abachab's ball down the right hand side, looking for feet. So it's in that cross and way off target. You could hear the grin and shouts from the bench of Western Region. That would have been a beautiful ball in. Felix wasted another opportunity, but Sadiq sees nothing wrong with it and sends up Eastern Region in their own hand. Lawrence seeing a lot more of the ball, swinging it around between himself, Sadiq and Goffred, but this time decides to go long. Heads go up, battling for it. It's a push and shove, and the advantage falls to Eastern Region. Center referee sending cautions around. Here is Emmanuel. Emmanuel's ball in, headed down by Bednego. Adams had his foot to the... Is Ransford. Summer boy Restart that attack for Western Region only as far as Sadiq. Sadiq to the middle for Na. Na down the left hand side. Eastern Region bundled off that one. And here's Joseph. Technically gifted, but he loses out to Ransford. Ransford towards Dawood, racing down the left-hand side of attack for Eastern Region. It's still Dawood. Dawood making his way through the box. And Summer Boy picks the ball off his feet. And the heat is already on the other side. Western Region left towards Justice. Great control through the middle. Nusa gets to pick it from him, and John also wins it back for Western Region. Goffred has his hand to Abachab, and that will be the moment the two sides will go for that hydration break to calm down for the tete-a-tete chat-ups and see, maybe get to revise that strategy after getting water down their throat. Hydration break for these two sides. And then Felix will also pick the moment to be attended to by the medics. Both coaches gesturing and dishing out instructions. Western Region, no, they need to fight back stronger. After 27 minutes, they are down by a goal, and for Eastern Region, there's a good signal for them. And how the game ends that matters at this point. The referees also need to get hydrated. We're live from the Ghana Man Soccer Center of Excellence, the second edition of the MTN Elite U-19 Championship. We've seen 6 games in the last 2 days, but today has been another level. Greater Accra, Dennis J scoring as many as 5 out of the 6 that Greater Accra scored against the Upper East Region. And then before this game, there was Northern Region who lost their second game in succession, but Central Region were resuscitated. With 10 men, they were able to beat Northern Region 3-2. Here we are, having the third game of the day between Western Region and Eastern Region. Game resumes. Western Region with the free kick as John down the right-hand side. And there's no one in the yellow jersey to follow up. Emmanuel watches as the ball rolls over for a quick throw-in favor of Eastern Region. Emmanuel's throwing. It's been gambled for. He picks it up himself. Eastern Region do have that advantage. Abednego challenging for it. And it is Justice who gets the most of it for Western. Here is Joseph. Joseph up against Inusa, but he wins it once again. Felix got it through to him. Joseph is shoved off. Goffred, too strong for him to control. Here's Michael, Eastern Region. Good clearance there from John. John has been the one mopping up and clearing all the balls for Western Region. Inusa's throwing. Michael was pushed by his opposite number, John, who is also identified in number 20. But the advantage falls to Western Region. John ready to effect that free kick. Has to go ahead. Rather short one. And Justice couldn't keep it. This time is a throwing. He sends it back to Justice. And he receives it. Here's John. Goes out finally. And Inusa will pick it up for Eastern Region. Throwing. Long one towards Caleb. Caleb switches towards Dawood. Dawood is beaten to it by Albert. And Western Region will have that advantage. 31 minutes on the clock. Western Region 0, Eastern Region 1. Frank sends a long one in. Emmanuel makes use of his height, heads it down. But Eastern Region were unable to keep it. Thorin going the way of Western. Abachab unable to control that one. Dawood is a target for Eastern Region. He gets to it in time, trying to meander his way through. Now beaten by Abednego. Abednego for Justice. Justice does so well. Down the left-hand side, Goffred threatens him, turns around, tries to send it in, and Goffredo clears lines. Goffred making sure he does not repeat the mistakes of yesterday. And Inusa gets down to clear the ball. Throw in, John. And the whistle goes in favor of Eastern Region. Referee Asani Abdul Razak show the yellow card to Goffred for wasting time. And the captain has been limited in his runs and attacks. Needless yellow card if you ask me. He's still wasting time behind the ball. Goffred decides to go long, but John gets in the air and picks it up for Western Region only to lose it. Picks up that resulting throw-in. Justice goes down and play continues. Yes, Inusa. Great control there from Caleb. Blocked. Western Region had Abednego trying to keep that aerial ability. But the flag goes up. Michael and Caleb caught in the trap. And it will be a free kick to Western Region. Frank elects himself to take that one. Finds John closer to him. Decides to go through him. It's still John. John's ball up front towards the lone marksman. Abacha. But Inusa has the advantage. They were playing effect force to Eastern Region. Michael has it. Michael. It's still Michael. Releases. And the flag is already up. Inusa knew he was already in that trap. Didn't even move when Michael sent him that pass. Goalkeeper Samuel Boy leaves that free kick for Gaston to pick up on behalf of Western Region. He goes long and Emmanuel heads it down. Dawood gets in there, tries to keep it towards Emmanuel. Blasted wide. Looking for Caleb. Caleb's run is impeded by Augustin. Wins it fair and square. Game continues. Joseph sends it back to Augustin. Michael tries to steal that one from Frank, but impossible. Eastern Region still have hopes of holding on to this, but John clears it. Not the best of clearance again. Finds Abednego. Abednego through the middle and found Justice. But Goffred told him he does not deserve to be shown the justice on this occasion. Adams switches to his right. Here is Michael. Michael. That low pass waiting in expectation was Adams, but the Western region have taken over. Emmanuel will fight to keep it, turns around beautifully with it towards Dawood. Dawood picks up that run again. Here's Dawood down the left-hand side for Eastern region. Dawood releases back to Emmanuel. Emmanuel's ball through is not the best. Frank picks it up. And Abachab has dropped deep, but still cannot control affairs in the middle. Adams. Michael on the right hand of attack is Michael, brought down by John, and it's fair. Game continues towards the Nusa. Sends his foot up on his blind side. Abanchab was also on the run. Stands to his feet. Stands to his feet. And the referee, Asani, will drop that ball. Eastern region. They have it. Goffred. Sadiq. Sadiq from the left-hand side was looking for his marker, but unfortunately, Western region have taken over. Goffred has his head to it. He has justice, and the flag is up. Western region were trying so hard to get past Goffred. They did. And the bench of Eastern region asking why they are trying to repeat the same mistakes from yesterday. Eastern region do not want to lose control of this one. Lawrence will leave that free kick for Goffred. Here's Goffred. Long one through the middle. Heads go up. Michael turns around. Still has control. Here's Caleb. And that shot is blocked by Samuel Boy. Abednego finally clears it out of danger. Sadiq got his head to it. Abachab grumbling with it and loses it out. 38 minutes on the clock. Western region 0. Eastern region 1. Western region, Albert puts it through. But Goffred steps up strong. Caleb. And Samuel Boy returns the favor as far as Inusa. John gets in there, goes down. The referee says play on and whistles. John goes down and needs medical attention. He was coming in strong from behind after Inusa headed the ball the other way around, but that was on the blind side of Michael. John let out a loud grin before going down. And players from both sides will appreciate this temporary break, getting water down their throats again. Energy sapping this game. Both sides wanting to at least grab their first 3 points. This is a Group A fixture. Eastern region failed to grab the first yesterday against Upper East region, and Western region are playing their first game in this 2 days old tournament, and so the 3 points clearly important to these two sides. Free kick, Western region. Augustin behind that one. In the half of Eastern region. Augustin kicks it towards Lawrence. And there's no one there to follow up, so Lawrence picks it up himself. Long throw across to the other side. Michael is brought down. That's a technical foul. And on the blind side of center referee, Augustin did so well. But Caleb will pick up the pieces. And he finds Ransford. Ransford will shoot once again. And Samuel Boy this time around has his gloves all over it. Boy switches to his left. And he's looking for Justice. Justice is also blocked by Inusa. Eastern region. That was a good ball through to Dawood. Dawood holds on. Dawood up against Albert. It's Dawood. He shoots straight to Samuel Boy. Eastern region have decided to go for those long balls. And Samuel Boy returns the favor. Inusa does so well to win it. No one in particular to follow up. Frank Hassett turns around beautifully. To his right hand side is Ebenezer. Ebenezer couldn't follow up with it. Emmanuel, the eventual throwing, quickly taking Sadiq Hassett now. Sadiq, Eastern region, towards Lawrence. Back to Sadiq. This is how they have prepped or launched most of the attacks. Eastern region. Dawood is on the run down the left hand side. That ball in. That volley. Not a bad try. Back through the middle. Godfred. Poor defending on that occasion. Justice. Justice up against his opposite number. Sadiq. Western region. Came close once again. Here's Michael. And he will clear his lines for Eastern region. 42 minutes done. A rather interesting first half so far between these two sides. But Eastern region seem to have done the needful. Have a goal better than Western region in Usa's throwing. Towards Ransford. John goes in strong. Goes down. And wins. Free kick for Western region. Takes it quickly towards Frank. Frank looking for options. On looking towards John once again. Here's John down the left hand side. That ball through. And Sadiq had to be alert to be able to clear his line. But here's Abanchab holding on to it. Twisted and turning. Turns around beautifully. Releases to his left. It's Justice. Still Justice needs help. That back heel towards John, and Lawrence saw that coming. Great try there, Western region. Augustine returns the favor from Lawrence and is out of play. A minute and a half more to go. We'll wait to see the additional time that fourth referee Richard Ofosujan will allow. Emmanuel sends it deep towards Caleb. Unable to keep it. Throwing advantage, Western region. Albert has picked it up. Long throw. Emmanuel already fighting for it. Brings down his marker. And it will be advantage to Western region again. Free kick quickly taken. Ball sent through towards Abanchab. Abednego's header. Flag went up. And there's a free kick to Eastern region. Line 2 signaling where it should be taken. And Lawrence sends it through to Godfred. Godfred would decide to go towards Dawood down the left hand side. Dawood up against Albert. Dawood picks it, tries to tear away. Here's Dawood, and his ball hits the crossbar. What an opportunity. That would have been a very good goal for Dawood. But here's Godfred. We'll be doing 2 minutes of time added on. 45 minutes exhausted. Game so engaging. Time just went by in a flash. 2 minutes of additional time, and we're already done 22 seconds of that. Inusa, strong on the ball. Brought down Justice, and center referee says no. You had your hand to him before winning the ball, and so there's a free kick advantage to Western region. John steps up to do Western Region the honors. Has forward Abanchab breathing down his neck. He walks away and leaves John alone. John up against a 3-man wall for Lawrence and center referee. Make sure everyone is in position. Whistle goes. A rather short one. And John picks it up himself once again. Going down the left-hand side. The cross. And to no one in particular. Goal kick. Lawrence for Eastern Region. Sends it towards Sadiq. On the left-hand side of defense. Here Sadiq puts it through towards Dawood. Dawood gets in his own half. That back heel towards the man. All this time he's beaten to it by Albert. Struggles for it. And it will be a quick free kick for Western Region. That's the end of the first half. Western Region will have a lot of talking to do amongst themselves. For Eastern Region, just to point out those little mistakes and hope they'll be able to hold on at least for another 45 minutes. As defending champions, they need to show their mettle. It is popping up as the minutes goes by. Yesterday was disaster, but at least they have a goal to show after 45 minutes today. We'll be back after recess to walk you through the remaining 45 minutes. Do stay. Back from recess. And these two sides are back to slag it out. Western Region taking on Eastern Region. Second edition of the MTN Elite U-19 Championships. Great games we've had on the second day. This is the third. Western Region down by a goal and seek to stay afloat. Eastern region can be identified with that all yellow apparel, and Western region also adorned and that lemon green on green hoses as well. Inusa goes down and wins a free kick for Eastern region. Inusa walks away and Sadiq takes up that free kick, followed up by Dawood. That was way off target. Dawood stretches himself too much. Western region build up that attack from behind through the middle. Abachab and Goffred steps up once again. Here is Albert. Albert for Western region. Emmanuel unable to keep it this time around. Abednego through the middle, switches to the left hand side, but the flag stays up. And that run is halted. Eastern region, I beg your pardon, rather than the lemon green apparel. Here is goalkeeper Lawrence. We start and play for the lads from the East, defending champions, struggling this time around. Well, the good thing is today, they have a goal to show already. They've done just 47 minutes. Will they be able to get more? Emmanuel's header sent it out for a throw-in for Western region. Dawood tried to intercept, but here is Na sends it back to Sadiq. Sadiq towards Lawrence. And the ball is out. Ball heads out for an eventual attacking throw-in for Western region. Heads go up. Emmanuel got his head to it before Felix touched it. And ball will roll away. Goal kick Western. Goal kick Eastern region. Goffred. Lawrence. Long one down the right hand side. Abednego challenges. Heads go up. Ransford beat into it. Dawood gets in the mist. John with that chip towards Summer Boy. Western region would fancy some new legs. Prepping for the first change. Emmanuel Entry could be getting into this game for Western region. We'll bring you the confirmation pretty soon. Western region running down the right hand side. Felix lost out on it. We'll take a break for that change to be effected. The confirmation there. Abanchab is substituted. And Emmanuel Entry will take his place. Throwing Emmanuel towards Goffred. Goffred has a target and is Inusa running down the right hand side, but he couldn't get to it in time. Western region picks up the replaying effect. John. Whistle goes. John sensing that throwing. Progressed with the long one. Kept in play. Western region running out of options. Emmanuel throwing. Header down back to him. Here's Emmanuel down the line, and he's brought down. Free kick. Eastern region. Adams having a rather quiet afternoon yesterday. He was able to get all the 2 goals for Eastern region, yet to come up with any exploits. or something new up his sleeves for Eastern Region. But the underrun is Dawood. Dawood's ball blocked and out it goes. Albert down on the turf and needs medical attention. Dawood with that run. This is where Albert was brought down. Dawood just went past him, and unfortunately also amounted to nothing for Eastern Region. 51 minutes done. Western Region down by a goal and still looking for a way to get back into this game. The defending champions look to be having a good afternoon today. Manuel has been called to pick up that throwing to his captain Goffred. Goffred's ball through to Nah sends a long one ahead, and Samuel Boy steps up for it. Boy returns the favor with a long one in, and Goffred is getting ready, heads it down to his left-hand side. Emmanuel gets to it in time. Here is Dawood. Dawood through the middle. Adams turns around, finds Nah to Emmanuel. Emmanuel to his left-hand side, Dawood. And this time, Samuel Boy steps up ahead of him. Goalkeeper scans through and decides to go long. Met by Justice. Yes, Emmanuel clears his lines, but not too far. Felix puts that ball through towards Lawrence, and Lawrence holds on. He will let it roll to Adams. Adams surging forward. John goes in with a rather hard tackle on Michael. And this one will not go unpunished. And John hasn't flashed the yellow card. Adams sets it in. And this is how he just went about stopping Michael rather than spotting. Free kick, Eastern Region. Caleb, ball eludes him. Here is Nah. And Michael is caught offside. 53 minutes done. Western Region 0, Eastern Region 1. Abednego sends it down the left-hand side, finds Joseph. Albert calling for the ball down the right-hand side, but instead Justice has been put through. Justice up against Lawrence, and he sends it out. Throw-in quickly taken for Western Region, and out the ball goes once again. Western Region making progress, but not so far. Up front, Caleb couldn't keep it for Eastern Region. A rather slow start to the second half, the two sides. Eastern Region a little cautious, and looks like they're satisfied with the goal. Western Region moving through the middle. Joseph finds Felix. Felix spreads it to his right-hand side. And they have the advantage. Augustine with that one through. Here is Felix once again. And that was too much. Sends it away. And that was too much. Justice knows he could have done better. Two quick changes to be affected by Eastern Region. We'll be seeing Samad, who started in the first game, and Clifford, who will be having his first game for Eastern Region. Get you that confirmation pretty soon. Abednego challenges for that one. Gets his foot to it. He's flanked. Down the right hand side, Eastern region, through Michael, trying to make their way towards the final third. Here's John clearing his lines and doing so well to keep it for Western region. Western region also have some changes to be affected as well. This is the first for Eastern region, and it's Michael. Michael is let go for Samed. And we wait to see who Clifford is going to take his place. And it is Adams, who's had a rather quiet afternoon. Clifford Amankwachi takes his place, and for Western region, Joseph is also out, and Francis Deshan takes his place. The final change, we'll see Ebenezer out, and Stephen Obing stepping up to complete that starting 11 for Western region. Game continues. Augustine sends it towards Albert, but never got to him. Back to Augustine. Here's Augustine. Loose is out. Here's Augustine. Loose is out on it. Augustine wins Western region. A great free kick in their own half. Albert sends it through the middle, heads go up. Caleb's head up. Frank tries to control in the air, shoved off. Now releases to Dawood. Dawood down the right hand side. Great control, but the flag is up. Western region do not want to waste time. That was a very swift free kick, but the referee will not have any of that. Needs to be taken properly. Frank meets Emmanuel. Caleb's ball. Goffred sent forward by Sadiq, and Boboy steps up to hold on. Down the left hand side, Western region surging forward, but Lawrence also matches up with that energy. Clifford. 59 minutes gone. Western region still looking for answers, and Eastern region also trying to find a way to cushion themselves. It's just a goal at this point in time. More than 30 minutes to be played. Emmanuel loses out on it. And they do have the advantage. Western region. John scans through and calls for Felix to pick up that throwing, but it's cleared. Big boot towards the other end. Caleb wants it, loses out. Eastern region, defending champions, staying afloat at this point in time. Yesterday was gloomy, but today it looks a little bright on the side. Inusa with a throwing finds Sadiq. Sadiq, long one in towards the goal area, headed away by Albert. Ball returned. Stephen served on a silver platter. center the other way. Godfrey also displays the Eastern region have it, but the whistle is gone. And he's helped up, but his opposite number also up before the medics got to him. Now walks away as if nothing happened. Free kick. Referee asking for everyone to be calm. We do not need the medics on the turf. Good time to take that free kick. Hard Francis on to him. Down the left-hand side. Western region, that crossing heads go up. Followed up by Justice. Loses out to Inusa. Inusa will find Clifford. Clifford. Still Clifford. Tearing away. Caleb is late. Abednego rather watches on for it to roll over for a goal kick to Summer Boy. Boy. And he finds Francis. Francis has Albert to his right hand side. Twisting and turning through to his captain Abednego. Abednego's ball towards Stephen. Loose is struck. Straight to goalkeeper Summer Boy. To his left is John. John keeps it towards Emmanuel. Emmanuel also tried to go past Sadiq, but unfortunately Eastern region pick up the pieces, stopped by Francis. So the middle, and this is good play. Sadiq tried to defend his lines. Temporary hold up. There's a player down. There's a Sadiq. And how he stopped Justice's run. That would have been dangerous for Eastern region to handle. Eastern region signaling there could be changes anytime with the rest of their players warming up. Two of them actually. They have just made two changes after 63 minutes. And Western region also have a player warming up and getting ready. Not the best of signals for Western region. Lawrence takes the moment to speak to his central defenders, Godfrey and Sadiq. John is still being attended to, helped aside and limping. Clearly, he just might not be able to continue. The signal is finally given to the bench of Western region. John cannot continue with the game, and so they would have to think through and get his replacement pretty soon. At this point, Western region left with 10 men on the turf. Heads go up. Augustin's header. Center referee spots a push. Free kick, Eastern region. Everyone clears there for Ransford to be able to pick it. Goes long once again, but this time, Summer Boy. Gloves up, hold. Augustin goes down, but center ref will have none of that. Stephen keeps it, tears away from Dawood. Dawood picks it up, but not for too long. Here is Eastern region. What would they do with this one? Will this opportunity go wasted? Yes, it is wasted. What was he thinking? Western region on the run on the other side. Great block there from Na. Causes that result in throwing. Emmanuel will steal it for Eastern Region once again. Yes, Dawood done deep down the right hand side for Eastern Region, building a way through. Augustine steps up. Here is Francis. Francis tears away, goes through the middle, sandwiched and prevented from going past Clifford. Whistle goes for the change to be confirmed. John is out. John Bonzier, and his place has been taken by Elijah Saint-Jesu. Elijah feels the big boots of John. Born down the right hand side, Samo Boy. That pass, Inusa picks it for Eastern Region. Inusa tearing away, still Inusa keeps his head down. Inusa goes down himself and wastes that opportunity. That run, Samo Boy towards Augustine. Has Albert to his right, but decides to go through the middle. And Goffred pick up the pieces for his goalkeeper Lawrence. Eastern Region want to go through the wood, but instead Ransford gets to have a test of it. Eastern Region have a player down. And center referee will try to help him up. It's Caleb, and he can continue throwing Western Region, quickly taken towards Felix. Ball sent the other way around. Augustine follows up. Caleb looks like he's in some form of pain. Holding on to the back of his right leg. The game continues. Eastern Region have the advantage. Fluffed. 68 minutes gone. Western Region 0. Eastern Region 1. Live on Spotty 106 and 1 FM in Accra, 102.5 in Takrade, 91.3 in Kumasi, and all of their social media handles at Spotty FM, and also on the Football Association's YouTube and Facebook. If you're on the run, you can enjoy the action from the Ghana Soccer Center of Excellence and also on radio. It's the second edition of the MTN Elite U-19 Championship. Began yesterday, 25th August, and it will run through to 4th September 2026. 11 days of good footballing action here, with intermittent breaks for clubs and officials to regroup, re-energize, and continue on till we arrive at a champion for the 2026 edition. Eastern Region won the maiden edition. Bronga halfway runners up with Greater Accra keeping bronze. Greater Accra had a strong start today, putting 6 past Upper East. 2 more changes, Eastern Region. Caleb has been let go, and his place is taken by Abubakar Sadiq. Inusa is also out, and Bafuache fills his spot. Another water break or hydration break is necessary. Running and burning a lot of energy this afternoon for our young players. has not been easy. These players drawn from these regions are below the ages of 19. And this tournament could be their pathway to stardom. Turnaround story could begin from here with all of these talents on display. Western region will pay attention to their head coach for a lot more instructions. The last 19 minutes of this game, or even more, very, very crucial. Eastern region are back on the turf, waiting on central referee. And the opponents from Western region, who are also now marching onto the turf. Stephen and Felix for Western region will have a mini conference before the game continues. Samuel Boy, goal kick quickly taken. Augustine sends it through. But Eastern region through Clifford will fight for that one, sends it out. And their hands up, who really sent it out. Eastern region have the advantage. Emmanuel puts one through. Sadiq with his first touch, followed up by Dawood. And Dawood strike, not the very best. Samuel Boy goes to his left-hand side. Abednego is calling for it, but no. That kick sends it out. And Frank is not happy. Eastern region will pick their moment. Nah wants it. Abednego controls it, and they lose out on it. Bafo, quick throwing, heads go up. Frank heads it out once again for another attacking throwing to Eastern region. Bafo waiting to effect it for Eastern region. Gets the ball. Long throw towards Clifford. Taps it. Turns around, but the flag goes up. Western region giving a good account of themselves. But they are down by a goal. This is their first game of the tournament. And Eastern region are chasing their first win from 2 games. Yesterday was horrible. They lost out to Upper East region, who eventually also lost today. Abednego is watching on, but unable to get to it in time. That's a good ball through down the right-hand side. Eastern region Samuel tears away, tries to keep it, but unfortunately Samuel Boy holds on eventually for Western region. Augustine knows that was a bad ball in. Emmanuel sends it that throwing, receives it and controls, finds Na through the middle, loses out on it to Francis. Francis right to Stephen for Western region. Stephen twisted and turning, and the ball is out. The ball is out. Goffred had to be on his heels and forced him to send it out. Throwing Emmanuel for Eastern region, eludes everyone. Albert sends it back. Challenging for it. Not the best of clearance from Eastern region. Felix has it. Still Felix tears away, clashes into his own captain Abednego. But Abednego allows well to keep it. Stephen on the left-hand side, turned in and out by Sadiq. Sadiq turns them in and out. A resulting throw-in for Western region. Francis unable to control. Eastern region brought under pressure. Western region asking, will they be answered? They need goals, because if this even get the equalizer and the game ends 1-1, they would have to go through the spot kick. There must be a winner at the end of exchanges. Samuel Boy now takes over for Easton. Baffo finds Dawood. Dawood through the middle, releases to Ransford. Was looking for Clifford down the left-hand side. Samuel Boy went ahead of him. Goalkeeper Samuel Boy. Along one through the middle. Returned by Emmanuel. Controlled by Joseph. Holds on. Turns around. It is Felix. Still Felix up against his opposite number in Ransford. Abednego takes over for Western region. So his right hand side he has Stephen. Stephen up against Emmanuel. Here they come. Good save. Lawrence tried so hard to prevent Justice from getting that equalizer. Albert quick throwing. Sends it towards Abednego. But Abednego couldn't get through Clifford. Eastern region tearing away. Samuel loses out on it. Here is Felix for Western region. Switches to the other side where Baffo is there. Quick foot. Elijah's shot straight to goalkeeper Lawrence. 77 minutes down. Western region 0. Eastern region 1. Dawood goes down and he will need medical attention. Temporary hold up here, and the coaches screaming on top of their lungs, still dishing out instructions. The two sides want goals, but looks like Western region would wanted more just to pull parity. And they have been on the offensive the more in the second half of this game. We're inching closer to the 80th minute mark. And center referee could ask in no time that Dawood be helped out for the game to continue. Yes, he does. Dawood walking away from the turf for the game to continue. Referee Asani picks the ball and drops it for goalkeeper Lawrence. Lawrence sends a long one in with a lot of power behind that one. Abubakar tries to keep it. Abednego got his foot to it first. Here is the Western region with Stephen. Stephen to his goalkeeper Samuel Boy. Albert down the right hand side for Western region. Switches through the middle. Heads go up. Timely clearance there from Sadiq. Sadiq will leave it for Baffo to send it through. And Abubakar was caught offside. Free kick. Frank switches to his left hand side. Baffo's header kept in play. Here is Summit. Western region lost out on that one. Now quickly takes that advantage for Eastern region. Frank through the middle. There's a push and shove there on Felix. But here is Abubakar once again. And this time around, Felix is unlucky. He's flashed the yellow card for that foul on Abubakar. Free kick, Eastern region. His opposite number, Ransford. And the number 8 jersey behind that one. 4-man wall for Samuel Boy. That ball is going nowhere near Samuel Boy. Straight into the air. And that free kick is wasted. Albert tries to hold on for Western Region. Game will continue. Here is Ransford, the only goal scorer in this game. And for Eastern Region, goes down, up on his feet. Quick free kick. Now is looking for Abubakar. Down the right-hand side. The cross is sent in. Way out of target. Dawood is out, and Eastern Region will complete another change. Dawood is out, and his place is taken by Justice Siedu Asamoah. Siedu joins the game the last 8 minutes. Abednego's ball out of play. And it'll be a throwing advantage to Eastern Region. Bafford. Got a long throw. Samad unable to keep it. Abubakar will turn around. That shot is too feeble. Samuel Boy. Francis down the right hand side. Francis for Western Region. Francis puts it through. And Goffred calmly collects it for Eastern. Ransford. Down the right hand side is now towards Clifford. Clifford. It's still Clifford. Back to Bafford. Bafford down the right hand side. He goes down and the flag stays. Ransford is down. Bafford is down. And another yellow card has been flashed. Free kick, Eastern Region. Eastern Region will fancy this chance at goal. And it's that ball headed in. Wasted effort. Eastern Region's free kick. That free header. Emmanuel unable to connect with it already. Western Region are on the attack with Stephen having possession now. Here's Stephen. Sends it back to Emmanuel. Emmanuel goes down. Center referee reaches for his pocket. And Emmanuel will attract the yellow card for stimulation. I'll catch them young referees. Will not take any form of stimulation. They would want to do the right thing now till they get to the very top. Lawrence, free kick, picks it for Eastern Region. Sends a long one down the right-hand side. Heads go up. Samed missed out on it. Ball returned by Frank. Here they go now through the middle. It's Frank once again. Sends it through. Looking for Justice. Goffred was all over him. Ball released. And could this be the equalizer? No. Francis tried so hard to connect. But unfortunately, he was unable to do that. Here is Frank with that ball through. And he was looking to locate Francis. But unfortunately, that never was. Eastern Region left off the hook. But they'll switch it into an attack. Here is Abubakar. Unable to get through to it. Abednego has it for Weston. Through to Augustine. Augustine switching towards Francis. Francis will let it go. Here is Emmanuel. Emmanuel for Eastern Region. Sensing the cross. And Samuel flies for that one. Good goalkeeping there, Samuel boy. Switches to his right hand side. Looking for Francis. But it's upset. Eastern Region will keep it. Not for so long. And Francis eventually gets it. He's brought down by Emmanuel. And has a free kick advantage for Western Region. Emmanuel knew he had to stop the run of Francis. That's that free kick. Down the right hand side is Albert. Albert sends it back towards Augustine. Western Region looking for answers. Goffred goes down. 87 minutes done. Western Region 0. Eastern Region 1. Ransford's goal is the only difference between these two sides. And that was in the first half. This game has lacked a lot of goals, unlike the first two that we have seen already. But here's Bafo racing down the right-hand side of attack for Eastern Region. Sends it back. Eastern Region fancying their moment. That ball lofted over to Samed. Samed keeps it in play. Here's Samed. Samed on the left-hand side for Eastern Region. Samed walking his way through. Loses out on it. Eastern Region let another chance go, and Western will pick up the pieces, but Emmanuel wants it. Unable to get to it in time. Justice will let Abednego have it. Abednego. Emmanuel was late on that account. There was no way he could have gotten to it in time for Western Region. Goffred goes down once again. And center referee will get close to him. He should be able to continue. Captain for Eastern Region, Goffred. Ball drop to Lawrence. Goalkeeper for Eastern Region decides to go long down the left-hand side, hoping to catch the nimble legs of Esiedu. Esiedu couldn't get to it in time. Throwing advantage. Western Region. Here is Francis. Francis is heckled and brought down. Emmanuel with that throw-in. And Abednego picks it. But Goffred on the other hand will keep it in play for Eastern Region. Goes down in the process. Together with Abednego, captains of both sides. Down. And Goffred is up, leaving Abednego down in some amount of pain. Abednego is being attended to behind the lines of this game. For the referee looks to his wrist. And we wait for that could be added on for the referee. Richard says we'll be doing 4 minutes of time added on. We've already expounded 24 seconds of game continues. Goffred with that free kick towards the goal area of Western Region. Abubakar was fighting for it, but it's taken over by Stephen, only to lose it to Emmanuel. Eastern Region. Ransford Releases to Asiedu. Abubakar fights for it. Keeps it towards Asiedu. That cross. There's no one to the final connection. Samuel Boy scans through. And he releases it to Albert. Albert surges forward. Goffred's header picked up by Na. Down the right hand side. Through the middle. It is Clifford twisting and turning. Trying to go past Elijah. But it's still Clifford making the runs. Goes down. And the referee said and that was fair. Game should continue. Frank weaving his way through the middle. And he's halted by Na. Eastern region keeping tabs. Back to Na. Na up against Albert. Albert goes down. Na picks the ball, but the whistle goes. There was a push on Albert. According to center referee. Free kick quickly taken. And that ball is blocked. Western region living dangerously, but ends this way. First game, first defeat. They would have to come back again, just as Eastern region have done. Lost on the first day and on the second day. They're looking at a possible 3 points if it should end this way. Albert to effect that attacking throwing for Western region. Back to Albert, unable to keep it. We have a minute and 10 seconds more to go. Western region 0, Eastern region 1 is the second edition of the MTN Elite U-19 Championship at the Ghana Soccer Center of Excellence. Third game of the day. And Samuel Boy grabs that one beautifully for Western region. Stops through the middle. Is now spreads it down the right hand side. Clifford races but unable to keep it. Throwing to Emmanuel for Western region. He goes long, lofts it over everyone, but not past Goffred. Gets his head to it before Emmanuel gets a hold of it once again. A long ball in, and the flag is already up. Eastern region set that offside trap beautifully. Lawrence decides to pick that free kick, and that is the final kick of the game. Defending champions given another time, another opportunity to fight for that crown. Will they be able to make good use of the remaining games? First day was a major blip, but this response is good. They have about 3 points and a goal to show. Sian Ramsford is the one that has made sure Eastern region have bagged their first 3 points. We'll be getting ready for the last game of the day. Upper West region and Volta region will serve as the last game of the day. Sian Ramsford, after getting the only goal for Eastern region, emerges as the most valuable player after this exchange.
Player number 8, Eastern region.
We'll wrap it up here between Western region and Eastern region. We'll be back to bring you the last game between Upper West region and Volta region. My name is Abigail Sanasusu, running by you commentary from the Ghana Soccer Center of Excellence. It's been a good day from the Ghana Soccer Center of Excellence. It's been a good day. Let's end it on a higher note. Between these two sides, there's a game on hand. Upper West taking on Volta region. We'll be back to run you through that one as well.
To help us with the presentation is Mr. Allegede Please, the presentation. Thank you very much. CEO. CEO, Asanska Football Club, Greater Accra Region. Thank you very much, sir. We are grateful.